In this video, an amateur trader is going to go up against a pro day trader. Now, most hosts of YouTube channels present themselves as the pro in whatever niche they're in, but while I'm comfortable trading stocks and options, I am just not a good futures trader. And if you need proof of that, well, I made 2 videos where I tried trading futures with $1,000, and I'll link them below. While I'm certainly not a pro, I reached out to my friend Matt, who is. He runs a great channel called Trades by Matt, where he does a daily live stream trading NASDAQ futures. So I thought it'd be pretty interesting to go head to head with Matt, starting with the same account balance for 7 trading days and then compare the results. Now, it'd be foolish of me to think I will outperform Matt. That'd be like thinking Jesse Pinkman can outcook Heisenberg.
I will recommend Breaking Bad to everyone I know.
That's not the point of this video. Since I've already documented my futures failures a couple of times, I want to show someone who is doing it well, who makes his living from it. And this is interesting territory because there are a lot of day trader haters. And the main reason is it is super challenging to become consistently profitable, and most people just can't devote the time, energy, and have the discipline to become good at it. So you'll see less of my sad attempts of trading in this video and more of Matt. Now, if you want to know about how Matt sets up his charts or what his strategy is, you can check out his channel, which I'll also link below. So the rules of this challenge are as follows. We both start with $2,000. We'll trade futures from December 2nd to the 10th, and that's it. No more rules. So I loaded my TradeOvate account with $2,000 and Matt did the same. Matt, are you ready for this challenge?
Hey Daniel, yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Starting at $2,000, fresh everything. So we'll see what we can do. It's a Buster Glory situation with the volatility that we saw yesterday. Probably we'll move over to some micros. It's crazy. 1 point on the NASDAQ is 1% of this account. A 10-point move on the NASDAQ is 10% on the account. That's nuts. So I will be trading some micros until we build it up a little bit. Long one. Looking for just a quick break of the previous high. Nice doji off Gamma. Got to get through volume here. There we go, and we're out. That's the first trade on the new account, coming in at a whopping $24.90 after commissions. However, that is over 1% on the account. Woo! Until we kind of cool down a little bit there. Not even going to consider minis. I am considering minis on like very good optimal setups, even with a small account like this. But like, I'm not going to risk that on decent moves where I just don't have the equity for it. Don't trade that all in one place, right? $98 on the day. I traded a mini. $1 million on a $2,000 account. Let's go. Nice little cushion builder there. I was fairly confident in that trade, to be honest, especially using my brackets. I'm going to go and participate long here at 50. We're out of 1 and trying to let that last one run into that 69 level. And we're out. That brings us to 178.14 on the day. Got the full 10 points there. I haven't had a nice, like, I am not saying you should be feeling a whole lot of adrenaline when you're trading. However, it's been a while since I've had like a actual legit small account that I'm like levered pretty high on like a trade like this, where you get a little bit of the heart flutters. We have ES pushing new highs here. Nas is in the magical 80s, trying to push 16K. We're long 1. Got some sellers coming through, so got to be careful as we come back down into volume here at 60. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my stop loss. As soon as we popped green and pushed this candle, I was gonna put in a stop just to make sure I'm not gonna lose any money here. I can lock in my gains as we push 16K. I'm just flipping back and forth between these 2 charts because I see different things on the different time frames. The other one I keep flipping back to is the 22 range chart. A little bit more price action perspective than the 5-minute chart. I still think that 20 is a magnet, so that's why I'm really trying to be patient here. A little double top, failing to do it so far. Here comes 20, the magnet at 20. Previous high on the day sitting at 26. Trying to run 26 right now. Highs on the day. There we go. We're sweeping the highs. Not a whole lot of momentum here. There we go. And we're out. Go ahead and take off that stop. And that trade worked out. That was $1,090. That trade was the longest one of the day, coming in at 16 minutes and 11 seconds. So 1462 on the day.
The challenge got off to a decent start for me. I was up a modest 2% on the account, and then it all went wrong. I overtraded and got chopped up by the market. So after fees and commissions, I ended the day down $313, which is just a horrible way to kick off this challenge. Today actually went pretty well. I had lost some money trading Globex the day before, which P&L wise it carries over to today, but I didn't let that affect me. When the NAS retested the opening range low, I shorted it, looking for a break below. Even though it was just one micro contract, it was like a 50-point red candle, which allowed me to exit for a $61 gain. As per usual though, I had a bit too many trades on the day, but I was able to finish with about a $60 profit.
I want to be reactive and not trying to tell the future today, especially on a Friday, like I said. I'm just going to go ahead and start layering in some longs here on the micros. Definitely the type of trade, in my opinion, I got to be patient and let it do its thing. I mean, I'm doing this video with Daniel, you know? So I'm wanting to be as aggressive as I can in a boom or bust mentality, but also like be smart. Me being as smart as possible, I'm just not trading minis. Got one more minute on this candle. Let it play out, but probably just gonna go and cut it pretty soon here. See if we can get a buy up. If we're above 16K, I'll hold on to it and just wait, but anything back into the under 16K range, I'm gonna kill. I'm not interested in it. Minus 149. 2K is very challenging to trade off of. So still green, still vibing, and on to the next. I'm a sucker to continue trading. So here is a mini trade that I just opened up at 71, 75. Stream ended down 1,051. Really, I want to see this push into this volume while at 66. I got long on this trade off of Delta Divergence and just like the fact that we're 590 points down. There we go, running through volume at 05. Nice. Minute and 40 seconds left on this candle. This is a very strong candle, obviously. Gotta watch volume here though, how we react. It's very important. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill that. $925 on that trade. Brings me to minus 127 on the day. There's NAS volume at 30. I closed at the bottom of the candle. It sucks. But I got nervous. Go ahead and play long on the break here. Break of the high. Targeting volume that I was looking at earlier. All right, we're off one for $420. That brings us to minus $15 on the day. And we have this last one open. Oh, I can try and let this run a little bit. Maybe it back to 700. Be patient. Again, so looking at volume at 700 now. There's also the consolidation point. We might continue to run maybe up to 800, but that's a big trade that I don't really want to be a part of on a Friday necessarily. I'm gonna go ahead and just kill that. That trade was $1,200. So that brings me to $11.98 on the day. 50% winners, 50% losers, basically. You can see here on the account, we're up $2,660 off of the $2,000 starting balance. That's over 100% gain the last 2 days.
This was another decent day for me. I really do need to limit my trading to only the best setups because I had another 25 trades, which took a big bite into my profits. I closed out today with $73 in profit, but almost $55 in commissions and fees. Unfortunately, my account is still under the $2,000 starting point with $1,741 remaining.
All right, we're long one. 5-minute candles closing. That is a 80-point candle, give or take. I'm gonna go ahead and add one here off the range at 69 and volume. We can crack that previous high. Looking really good. Break the previous candle at 700. There it goes. We're out of one. That was 125, and then we have 700 open. Taking off that first contract basically allows me to do whatever I want here. So we'll just try and be patient. Find ours in. And we're out. There you go. That was a fairly large trade. 11:45. We're probably gonna run, honestly. So we're rocking and rolling. So again, I'm looking for the volume void here. So 60 is the next level that we care about. So we cracked 77, go back up, test it, that's fine. Now we've got to crack 60. We crack 60, 40 is easy. And we're out. That trade was $840. Brings us on the day to $2,133.36 after the morning stream and after that last trade.
Look, if we could just skip the recap of today, that would be great. After spending 2 months trading exclusively micro futures, I just got bored. I thought I'd do quick scalps on the minis and, you know, I effed around and I found out.
You should know better, but no.
I know it was stupid and undisciplined, and if I'm not good with micros, I have no business with the minis. So yeah, I lost $718 and paid a whopping $206 in commissions and fees, knocking me down almost $1,000 on the day. That is how you blow an account.
All right, to quickly recap you, been in this trade for almost an hour. So got long off of volume, as well as basically bottom of the range. This is the overnight session at 6 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock now, Central Time. Looking to see if we can get that 55 push though. I think if we crack this wick at 46, we're gonna run, but getting there is challenging. I am in 2 contracts long as well because overnight sessions typically move a lot slower. I typically leverage up a little bit just so I can milk out a little bit more of the move that we are given. Since we're not super volatile, there's just not a lot of volume going on. ES holding up though. NAS should continue to push. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. If the ES will hold up above 92.5, that looks looking good. Yeah, it should get to 93.5, honestly. There we go. There's the ES pushing to 93.5. So we ran 46 just briefly. Got to get through 46 to 50 though. It is top of the hour. Probably a little bit more movement because of that as well. Now, I'm not saying that this is an instantaneous move, but this does show that there is upside interest and I think we will go meet it. There we go, running 50. Boom, filled. Let's go. Last night in Globex made like 800 bucks. I got long here and closed out. Turns out I could have held it for like 400 points, something outrageous. Nasdaq's up 3% on the day. And then this was the diciest little section that I've had on the entire like challenge account so far. So we had a massive move to the downside where I got long on at 50. And then normally that initial move is wrong. And so then we pushed out of it. Going into this trade, I was up $1,200 on the day. And then max drawdown on this, I was down $1,200 on the day. So I was a $2,400 P&L swing. And then ended up back up $2,500. So just too dicey. I just need to be a little bit more respectful of where I'm at in this thing and not get caught up being over leveraged like I was here. So we made it out all right. But account currently at 93.46. So we'll see if we can continue grinding on.
I started working myself out of the hole I dug yesterday. $135 gross profit, but way too many trades, making my net profit only about $46. I honestly can't wait for this challenge to be over.
There's a little wick test going on the NAS. I'm just gonna go ahead and participate here. And we're out. That's $200. Nice yank though. Yeah, so still pulling back. You can see the ES pulling through, so the NAS is as well. You can see the uptrend that we've been kind of holding, pushing volume, rejecting off it a little bit. NAS has a little bit of buyers coming through as we're back in our entry price here, pulling back. And there we go, we're out for 100 bucks. Brings us to basically 437 on the day. And then 9783 since the challenge.
Yeah, I think my brain broke. Just not good trading. 92 trades today. Maybe I'll hire someone to sit next to me and slap me in the face when I'm about to make a trade just to make sure I really want to do it. So almost $400 loss on the day.
Got in a while ago, bottom of the range. Was looking for a break into 20, didn't come. Added long on the top of the range. Ended up flushing it, so I added one more at 80. So I'm in 3 lots. So I'm still looking for volume at 30. We're out of 1, we're out of 2, and now we have a 1 runner left. And again, I'm looking for top of the range here at 65, the green line. So red line to green line, value area rotation. Makes sense for us to stall out here at 30. That's why I had 2 of my 3 going off at 30. But again, looking for that last little 30-point push. We have a lot of momentum to the upside here on the NAS, so that's why I moved my stop up. I'm getting close to manually killing this, just because the ES is pulling off value area high, which is where we wanted the NAS to pull off of. I'm gonna go and kill that trade. It's $870 of profit. Nothing wrong with securing the bag though. Look, I would have gotten stopped out here, so I saved myself about 200 bucks. All right, so I ended up taking a few more trades today, but took a couple staggered longs just off the bottom of the range at 70, pushing into volume, rejecting it, stopped out of that trade. And then we got slapped, and I was looking at 120 here off the daily wick. Ended up getting filled at 130, so front running that 120 level, which ended up getting tapped perfectly. But this was after hours basically, so I ended up having to take the trade off just because you never know with after hours movement. This is where we're at: 15 winners, 5 losers, 20 trades total. It's a lot. $60 of commissions, 75% win rate, sitting at a P&L of $2,720 today. And we are sitting at $10,500 of profit.
Look, my account balance is sad and I know it. I have no reason to expect my trading to improve when I'm still making the same mistakes I was in my last video. A $15 gain on the day to close out this challenge.
All right, we're long one. More aggressive than I wanted from the original 75, but that's fine. Got long at the bottom of the range, seeing the ES get bought up a little bit. We'll keep this tight, just use it to get some points back. Not a whole lot to do here, but other than wait. Trying to crack the lows, crack the lows. I'm gonna go and kill that. I don't really want to deal with it. All right, down 1,800 bucks on the day. All right, so I did not record a lot of these trades. It was roll day, so it was a little unknown. Took a little long here that I took some heat on. Overall on the day, I had an anomaly of the day, $8,500 or $8,400, and everything after the stream was all like big winners, but I was just trying to focus, so I wasn't filming. Had some winners here, and then we rolled forward on the contracts, and then had a perfect long right here. And I was sizing up on all of these trades as well. It's about 5 contracts each. That's where the day and the challenge left off at. So on the day, again, $8,400, and then for the challenge itself, $18,917.58 of total profit.
All right, Matt, challenge is over. How did it go for you?
It went really well. Total P&L from Thursday through today is $18,917.58.
Oh, is that all? I was thinking maybe you double it, maybe triple it, but that's crazy, man.
I'm surprised as well, to be honest. I think I went in with the expectation that like a triple was kind of like realistic. We got a lot of volatility this week, and so was able to kind of take advantage of it.
Well done. I, on the other hand, for some nice contrast, my account is now down to $487.42. So I think I just faded all your trades. So.
Right.
How long have you been trading futures for?
So I've been trading futures since 2018. And before that, I was trading stocks and crypto. Mm-hmm. And before that was just trading, like those were like blue chip stocks and crypto. And then before that, I started probably where most people start, with penny stocks.
Yeah. So have you blown up futures accounts before, or have you just kind of
totally?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, totally blown up futures accounts. Even when I've thought I've been like really good. I feel like it's part of every trader's journey to blow up at least once, but I would argue more than that.
Well, that makes me feel better about my experience, because all I tend to do with futures is blow it up. Do you have any takeaways or tips for like someone who wants to trade futures or maybe anything as a full-time career, or just like profitably consistent?
You have to push yourself to that spot where like you hate it and you can't stand it in order to like level up in a way. In my opinion, I would always like recommend like focusing on just one asset. So I only traded the NASDAQ this entire time. it's very obvious with trading just in general that it doesn't necessarily come easy, and it takes a lot of time in order to like for your brain to kind of pick up on a lot of the subconscious stuff. And so you have to be willing to put in the screen time in order to be decent.
So today was especially wild for you. Like that would be like an anomaly. So people shouldn't maybe expect to be able to replicate such results.
Today was definitely an anomaly. I was also sizing up. I was trading 5 lots on the NAS. And so the thing was that like I didn't take any drawdown on any of the trades I took after the stream. So it was just like literally like came back down, hit it perfectly on my volume profile, and then just ripped. And so I was like, okay, well, like that worked out. Let's do it again and again and again and again.
Wow.
You know, so
well, congrats. That's awesome. That's a good way to go out.
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes it's like one of those things. If you're up a little bit, you got to put your pedal to the metal and take advantage of it. You know.
Nice. Thanks so much for taking like a week out of your time to like trade a small account for this this video. We really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone's gonna like watching your experience.
Yeah, so fun. It's such a good challenge for me as a trader. Like I learned so much this last week, just about myself and stuff. So like, definitely really healthy for me to do. So appreciate it.
I like it from a standpoint, you can see someone who's bad at it and fail, but then it also shows like the dichotomy of if you put in the time and the work, what you can achieve, you know? So it's like, it's a clear contrast, and everyone that says there's no such thing as day trading as a career, like I think we just proved them wrong.
Right. Hopefully.
I mean, what else do you guys want? What else can we do to prove it? So,
right.
Yeah, well done. So a big thanks to Matt for taking so much time out of his normal schedule to do this small account challenge with me. If you want to learn more about his strategies, how he trades, if you want to watch him trade every single day live, I'll link his channel below. It's called Trades by Matt, and you should definitely check it out. That's all for this video. If there's another type of trading challenge you want to see, maybe we can incorporate some more traders. I think it's always really interesting to see how other people trade. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up button, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
So it brings the account to 19K profit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. You know, I don't have the market insight you do, especially with NAS. So I just went and watched TV.